3 key reasons why men should embrace being single. Hello, everyone. I'm sure many of you have a plethora of reasons for believing that men should embrace singlehood. However, let's delve into 3 significant points. While I completely understand that you deserve to experience love, there are times when remaining single might be the most beneficial choice for you, whether that's a temporary phase or a permanent decision. If you've faced rejection, emotional pain, or heartbreak from a woman, you've come to the right place. Similarly, if you've invested time in the pickup artist community and have become skilled at attracting women but still feel a sense of emptiness, you're also in the right spot. Being single doesn't have to be a lifelong state, but there are moments when it's the right path to take. Let's explore when it might be wise to stay single for a while, regardless of your dating activity, and when it could be best to remain single indefinitely. It's essential to shift your focus from what women desire to what you genuinely want and need in your life. This shift will help you move forward more effectively. Welcome to Just the Tip. First, let's discuss the scenarios in which it's advisable to remain single temporarily. Whether you choose to be celibate or not, taking a break from seeking a romantic relationship can be a wise decision. In fact, there are times when it's necessary. 1. Self-improvement. There are moments when concentrating on self-improvement is crucial, and you shouldn't be preoccupied with what women are doing or whether you should be pursuing one at this time. In fact, staying single can often be the best choice for you, even if it's just for a short while. Regardless of your age, you might find it beneficial to focus on constructing or perhaps reconstructing your personal kingdom after experiencing heartbreak, divorce, or repeated rejection. You may even need to enter what some call monk mode, which I'll explain further shortly. So, how can you determine if it's time to stay single and concentrate on your personal development? Here's the key. If you feel that you don't have enough to offer the type of woman you desire, it's time to take a step back and work on enhancing those areas of your life. Even if you're mistaken about your self-assessment, you might actually possess the qualities needed to attract the kind of woman you want. However, if you lack confidence in yourself, success will be elusive. Remember, whether you believe you can or can't achieve something, you're likely correct. Sometimes, you may indeed be right. What you have to offer might not meet the standards of the woman you're interested in. If you're aiming for someone like Ashley, who is highly sought after and has numerous options, you'll need to elevate yourself to be among her top choices. That's simply the reality of the situation. Just as you wouldn't choose someone who doesn't meet your standards if you have many options, neither will Ashley. It may take months or even years to improve yourself to the level you aspire to reach in order to attract someone like Ashley. Some areas you might want to focus on include completing your education, moving out on your own, securing a stable job, paying off debts, shedding excess weight, and gaining muscle. Don't forget to work on your calves. Additionally, developing self-confidence, building a social circle, and reclaiming what divorce may have taken from you are all important steps. If you recognize that you're not where you need to be to attract the kind of woman your standards suggest you deserve, then it's time to take action. To achieve success in your personal and romantic life, it's crucial to focus on the areas where you excel. This will reduce the likelihood of settling for less or developing feelings for someone who was initially just a casual acquaintance. For instance, if you're aiming for a relationship with Ashley, but she turns out to be a throwback, someone who brings up past issues, this can lead us to discuss the concept of monk mode. Some men who have honed their skills in the pickup artist community can become addicted to the thrill of landing a target. They may be excellent at securing action, but they might lack the skills to foster emotional intimacy, which is essential for a long-term relationship. Consequently, they may attract women with their own emotional intimacy issues or damage, and then they may generalize all women as untrustworthy or hypergamous, believing they will only settle for someone better. This can lead to settling for someone who doesn't meet their relationship standards, resulting in toxic relationships. Ironically, some pickup artists can become the loneliest men due to their misconception that no woman can truly meet their emotional needs. If you find yourself addicted to the chase, capture, and conquest, but struggle with emotional intimacy or end up in toxic relationships, consider taking a break and choosing celibacy temporarily. This leads us to the third reason why men might choose to stay single: recovery from heartache. Whether you've never had a successful relationship or have had numerous relationships with bad news bears women, you've likely experienced heartbreak at some point. In such cases, staying single can be the best option while you recover from a toxic relationship breakup or the loss of a partner. This period is not the time to date. Instead, it's a time to focus on healing, rebuilding your confidence, and restoring your vitality. This is a time for self-improvement, but there are also instances when staying single forever is the best option for you. Let's discuss those now. Another reason for choosing to stay single is the philosophy of men going their own way, MTW. If you harbor misogynistic views, it's best not to date women, as you won't be happy and you won't attract a good partner. It's important to note that not all men who identify with or appreciate the MTW philosophy are misogynists. This misconception arises due to fourth-wave feminism, which refers to a movement that can sometimes devalue men simply for being male. Social media can make it challenging for good men because even average women can be influenced by this movement, leading to misunderstandings and potential conflicts. Some individuals proudly display their qualities as if they were bestowed upon them by a divine power, believing they have endless possibilities due to the excessive flattery they receive and the influx of insincere admirers, often referred to as fake chads, flooding their direct messages. If you're curious about what this flattery, or simping, really entails, stick around, as we'll dive deeper into it shortly. Now, there are men who align themselves with the men going their own way philosophy, and while some of them do engage in casual relationships with women, they tend to strongly oppose long-term commitments, such as serious relationships or marriage. Others, however, choose a path of complete abstinence, often called monk mode, where they avoid intimate relationships entirely, and that's perfectly fine. The key takeaway here is that, no matter your personal choices, true happiness comes from addressing and improving the areas of your life that need attention. I want to offer a word of caution about certain online communities or forums you might encounter. Some of these groups may discourage you from pursuing self-improvement, claiming that any effort to better yourself is solely for the sake of impressing women. This is a flawed perspective. Instead, focus on making positive changes for your own benefit, not for anyone else. You can choose to step away from romantic relationships entirely and still work on becoming the best version of yourself. These groups may not have your best interests at heart. Their goal might be to keep you trapped in a cycle of negativity and resentment, preventing you from thriving in the wider world. Deep down, they might fear that if you do improve, you'll naturally attract attention from others, including women, which could challenge the lifestyle they advocate. But here's the thing. If you feel that the effort of pursuing relationships isn't worth the reward, then embracing a single life, whether that includes casual dating or complete celibacy, is a valid and fulfilling choice for you. This brings us to our fifth point, which ties into personal beliefs, followed by a deeper look at the concept of simping. Point number 5 focuses on religious or spiritual convictions. For example, if you're a pastor, priest, or monk, your faith or role likely requires you to abstain from romantic or intimate relationships with women. This is a straightforward and understandable reason for choosing a single life, and it needs no further explanation. Ultimately, the decision to remain single, whether temporarily or permanently, is yours alone to make. My advice is to find peace with whatever path you choose and to stop engaging in behaviors like simping, which can have negative consequences for everyone involved. Simping, or excessively idolizing women, harms both men and women. It places women on an unrealistic pedestal, often inflating their sense of entitlement and turning them into individuals who may not value loyalty, even to the most desirable partners, often referred to as chads. If you're unsure whether your actions might qualify as simping, I encourage you to check out my detailed video on the topic. It will help you identify if you're exhibiting these behaviors, whether on social media, other online platforms, or in real-life interactions. Thanks for taking the time to read this, and I wish you all the best on your journey.